There's another angle to it. Now, Michael, Pakistan is trying to balance its ties with US and China. How sustainable that would be? It's multi-directional diplomacy in the long run. Do you think like that?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of skepticism in Washington. There has been for a long time that Pakistan is really balancing or can really balance its ties with the US and China just because it has such a more substantive, deeper alliance with does with the US. And I think that's very true. And, we have seen this resurgence in ties between the US and Pakistan. But what I would say there is that there's a lot of high-level engagements, as we discussed before, a lot of talk about potential cooperation, but there really isn't much substantive achievements to speak of for U.S.-Pakistan cooperation over the last few months. I think that's a signpost to watch, where we see a shift from efforts that focus around just talking about the need to cooperate to actual, formal agreements and actual clear indications of cooperation. That I think would suggest that Pakistan is in a better position to balance its ties with the US and with China, because we know that its ties with Pakistan's ties with China are still in a very good place, and they're deepening. I do think when it comes to the US Pakistan China triangle, one question that's sort of been put out there is, could Pakistan play some sort of mediation role as one of the relatively few countries to have good ties with both the US and China? To that, I'd say that as fraught as US ties are with China, it does have open channels with China. I mean, there are engagements. President Trump has oftentimes said he wants to cooperate with President Xi. So I'm not sure if that mediation angle would have utility. But again, if we're able to see indications of solidifying cooperation between the U.S. and Pakistan, that would suggest Pakistan is being more successful at balancing its ties with Washington and Beijing.
Mike.
सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल दबाएं ताकि कोई खबर रह न जाए।